Pisces, welcome to your June 1st through the 2nd tarot reading, or whenever you find it. Time and energy is fluid, so do check the playlist and see what additional messages are in there for you. There's going to be at least one. We have a card jumping out for you right away. You're very close to achieving your goal. Ooh, gibbous moon. Yes, you're very close. Okay, I love this because this might be coming to you at a time where you feel like giving up, or it could have been a long, hard road. But let's see. You're very close. You're so close. I love that. That might be the title of this reading, but let's see what else comes out before I get to. Wow, look at this. We have the Green Lady of something. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'll let you do what you can with that. Oh my gosh. You're a lizard. I mean, a wizard. Oh my gosh. I'm being silly. Wow. I don't know how to say that. The Green Lady of why? No, it's probably eh. I don't. Hold on. I gotta look it up. Well, this is a tongue twister. So we have eh, and then this is chai goch. Chai, and it actually means red dragon in Welsh. So, but we have the Green Lady. All right, let's keep going. Chosen one. I will get the guidebook. Wow, this reading. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You're the chosen one, and you're close to achieving your goal. You're going to beat Voldemort. Okay. Now, I've really been wanting to watch some Harry Potter. Wow, you go. Oh my gosh, Luke. Okay. I'm getting really excited. We have change. We have Thunder Moon. Oh, wow. With a 35. So we are about to have a thunderstorm. It's coming. And so I protected my Mini Cooper. The top of my Mini Cooper is like glass. Everything's just glass. So I just wrapped it in like 5 or 6 moving blankets and then put the car cover on it. So let's hope that's gonna be good. I do want to look that card up. So let me grab one of these, and then yes, one of these over here, random. I'll be right back. Oh man, Pisces. If you're not sitting down, you might want to. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to try to pronounce this again. I'm just going to call her the Green Lady. So here we go. She speaketh. I hereby declare that the future of the planet and its green spaces over which I preside are in your hands, Earthchild. Yes, your hands. Do not deny or defy this, as you have within you all that is needed to create a better place for us all. I now ask you. Oh, that doesn't sound like she's asking. She's kind of saying it's you. I ask you to take a look around at the wild things of your environment and to purposely and purposefully bring to birth the green world again. With each breath out and each breath in, the forest and you keep breathing together. You are breathing in what the tree beings no longer needed, and what you breathe out, these tree beings take in. Ooh, cycle of life. Can you not see the perfection of this? Please understand that no matter how small your part may feel, you are indeed and word and in energy a chosen one of the green world. We all are. But the divinatory meanings, okay, so now we know who she is and your calling, chosen one. So it says here environmental concerns will soon be of meaning to you on a very personal level, very personal. Taken from the pages of newspapers and media reports, something close to home will alert you to the risks we run with Gaia's health, and you will decide to become a person who actively brings about well-being and goodness rather than destruction and wanton materialism. Something I heard the other day about there are these. Oh, it was on the Y Files. Oh, I love watching the Y Files. It was about these minerals. It's called dark oxygen. At the bottom of the ocean, there's this ore that releases oxygen, and it's being mined. It's or not mined, but it's being collected, and that we don't know the implications of that, of taking away an oxygen source from the ocean. That is a horrible idea. We just don't. You don't mess with things like that. So maybe you might want to watch that and become an activist. I don't know. You may wish to become an active in your own way and devote some energy in the form of time and money to a cause. Please reduce the energy burn and support carbon neutral programs. Whoa, and then we have that card of change here. So it could be that, you're changing and becoming more earth centered or just responsible using, you know, canvas bags. There's some really great ones out there, really big ones, instead of using plastics, things like that, reusable, renewable energy, which we should all try to do. Unplug appliances that are not in use. Phantom electricity is a thing, one of the biggest offenders of that. And if you just have it on a power strip, you can really cut it when you turn that power strip off. It really does cut the power supply. But if it's just plugged in and just to a regular socket, uh, without that switch, it will still be using energy. And one thing that bothers me on my little rant here, Pisces, it's not about you, it's just about how we do things in the modern world, is people have these homes, right? Big and small, doesn't matter. They leave them empty most of the time during the day for 8 hours or longer and go to work someplace else. Meanwhile, think about the energy consumption of an empty home. It drives me nuts. If you were to look at, there are things you can look at to see what your energy footprint is and how much it pollutes the planet of millions upon millions of empty homes. I know we can't turn everything off. We need our food cold and things like that, but there's actually other ways to do it if we just change the way change. People don't like change. If we change the way we lived, underground homes. I know it sounds weird, but it doesn't require as much energy and things to keep it cool, or climate control of the home, kind of like a hobbit hole, or it's called a berm. Anyway, let's get into your reading. I'm sorry, I could really talk about that for a long time, so let's look at your recent past. Four of Pentacles, and I do hope my camera is going to autofocus well. We have the Five of Cups and Judgment. I get that pointing that finger, that wake up call. Here we go. That's some Scorpio energy. Yep. And it could be that Five of Cups, you could be sad about what's happening around you on the planet. We have the Three of Wands. Oh, we have two cards jumping out here. We have the Hermit and the Chariot. Wow. Okay. Let me see what I'm feeling here. Do we want to... I'm feeling it. We're going to split it like this. This is how I'm feeling. Okay. That's what my instincts is telling me to do. All right. So there is an element here of saving something, and we could very easily extrapolate saving the earth. You know, this is a card here of expansion, and like I just kind of want to remind people that when I read this row here, it's not this is coming first, then this, then this. This can kind of be all together, or however it resonates and comes into your being. Okay, this could come after this, or so just be open to however this fits into your story. I'm trying to keep it from being too shiny on here. So we have saving. If we look at this, it is holding on to something, but it's saving something that's precious to you. And then we have this card of, Three of Wands. It could be a card of waiting, waiting for something to happen. There is this assumption with the Three of Wands that you've put something out there and you're waiting for a return of some kind. But what I'm feeling here in the context of activism and stuff like that, if you're waiting for other people to do something, that's not always going to be great. I feel like this is a call to action for you to help save something, for you to have some action to it, because wands are a card of action. But this particular one is kind of a card of waiting for an expansion, waiting for something to happen. It's not so much about doing anything, So I think this energy is coming to you, kind of starting to bubble up to the surface, this act of saving something. And I feel like this is a call to action here for you. I do. And what we see here is this sadness, sorrow, depression, could be with the Five of Cups, and this introspective period coming in where you think about all the things that have been wasted in your lifetime, energy. I don't want you to um, marinate in that kind of energy too long. Let it spur you into action. You know, regret. You know, if we think about all the things that we waste in our lifetime, things we've just thrown away, trash has always really bothered me. Now, I know some people are for recycling, some are against it, but I feel like there's just a better way completely. You know, if they were to stop making bottled water, fine. You know, if they were to stop the kind of packaging that we have come so kind of lazily used to, that's fine. I'd be okay with it. But the, you know, the powers that be that are money hungry will probably never do that. And so it really comes down to us to stop feeding the beast and the machine. And so we see a period here in your recent past, and maybe even currently, because you know these energies, they kind of bleed together. Introspection, kind of really thinking deeply about what your soul mission is here. And the Green Lady is saying, you are here to help protect Mother Earth. And we really should be stewards of this planet. We should do so much better. I have visions in my head, or maybe not visions, but fantasies really of people being more sustainable, living in smaller communities. When we have these really big cities with tons and tons of people, it really becomes impossible for any of those people to grow their own food or to live naturally with the earth. It relies heavily on mass produced farming and things like that, which really take a toll on Mother Earth's resources and her ability to replenish and renew. I think space exploration is going to be one of the ways that we figure out how to live better on this planet, because in space, nothing is wasted and everything has to be done a certain way. So I think these things are going to be heavily on your mind, you know, and you've got a calling here and you have this spiritual calling here. So there is going to probably be something in your life, and it doesn't have to be monumental. You don't have to go pick it or, you know, anything like that, but you can make small changes in your life, you know, just by getting canvas shopping bags and just not doing plastic anymore, you know, just to lessen your footprint. Unplug some things when they're not being used, or get a, you know, a power strip, like I said, and turn them off, especially when you go home. That, and that'll reduce your power consumption over time. You know, it might only be pennies, but every little thing that we do together adds up to make a really big difference. And so that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a deep introspection here, brought on by some sadness, regret, loss, that's that sort of thing. Not being happy with the things currently are, because this wine used to make you happy. But I think as you get older and you become more aware of Mother Earth and how beautiful and how precious she is, and how beautiful, and we're just so lucky to be here on this planet. She is so alive. And I think that's what is kind of coming in for you. This, that, sometimes it's a lantern, but this, you know, it's a candle. That is your mission, your guiding light. And this would highly suggest, I mean, this feels like this, pointing at you, chosen one. This is a spiritual wake up call. You might be into grounding, and that's getting in touch, like putting your feet on the ground. That actually really, it's proven, it helps remove toxins from the body, and we don't do that nearly enough. We don't put our bare feet on the ground. We used to do it a lot as kids. We don't do it as much anymore. If you can't do that, like I would say, if you're in a city or something like that, don't really have access to it, there's grounding sheets, grounding mats. You plug it into the ground of your electrical socket, and it connects you with the earth. And I have grounding sheets. It's amazing. I do try to get my feet on the ground when I can. We live in Texas and we have fire ants. So, but anyway, back to this. Sorry, I'm just, I don't know. This is just what's coming out in this reading. So you are being, this is a call to action for sure. I mean, can you see it? This chariot here, this chariot energy is about having focus. This is kind of like you just waking up one morning and saying, this is what I have to do now, and just going after it. You might even be making a nonprofit, even if you're saving, um, you know, cleaning up an area that you live in, you know. I know that there are organizations that you can volunteer for that help clean up rivers or just all kinds of things. And it'll make you feel so good and satisfied with yourself that you're doing something that helps Mother Nature. It's an amazing feeling, but you're definitely, this is also a call to action. I feel like this whole thing feels like a call to action here, Pisces. I know. Just keep going. Let's see what's in the current energy. There's a big shift here for you. It's a very positive one, I have to say. It's very positive. You know, ooh, look at that Queen of Wands energy. That's Aries. Queens, as far as my researches go, they are cardinal energies, meaning they are the initiators. Think of that as like, a mother type energy. Oh, energy. Look at that. You've got the sun. Ultimate clarity here, and happiness, success, everything. Look at that. And things come easy when the sun card arrives. This is going to be an easy change for you because you feel it deeply. Whatever this is, it might just be, there's too many. It might just be that, changing the way you eat, eating less processed foods. Because if you think about processed foods with all the chemicals and weird junk in them, you are what you eat. Oh, Two of Cups. Okay. That's, to me, the Two of Cups, it can be, obviously a romance or a soulmate. You might be meeting your soulmate on this journey, whether it's romantic or not, or it could be you coming into balance with that yin and yang energy. Look at that. Five of Pentacles. It's some earth energy there. You know what I feel? And I've never felt this with the Five of Pentacles before, but I feel like that's the earth energy here. Sad, sick, hurt. Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands. Now, this Five of Pentacles, this is a Taurus energy, and it's a card of weakness. It's a card of illness. It's a card that really needs assistance. This is an energy of needing help, but not really knowing which way to go or what to do. This is a card of helplessness. If we think about it that way, there is sanctuary here. They could come and ask for help, but there's a point, I think, when you're ill that your brain becomes muddled. I know sometimes when I've been ill, I sometimes can be so sick that I can't really think straight to get myself up to go to doctor or something like that, until it's like really bad. So this energy is crossing your path of this forlorn earthly energy that needs help. It needs assistance. And this is you, this Queen of Wands energy, being bold and assertive, very brave, and following this sun, because we have a sunflower here and you have a sun here. So I think because we have clarity here, and this is a good stuffs read because we have the sun in the very center, this fiery Leo energy, you're going to understand why this is coming to you. This energy of a sick earth is what I'm feeling with this, is coming to you. It's crossing your path. And this is part of this journey here for you to do whatever you can to help minimize this. Now, will you be able to fix everything? Of course not. but you can do what take whatever stakes you can, or steps. Oh my gosh, to help in this situation, to help Mother Earth in some way, you know? So I feel like you could be starting some kind of nonprofit here, or just being more of assistance to either maybe people that need help. You know, this could be giving away things that you don't need anymore. Um, this could be volunteering at a shelter, either an animal shelter or any kind of thing. But the Queen of Wands, she's a very assertive energy. She's got a leadership quality, you know, and she learns as she goes. So you may not know everything about how to help, but you're going to find out. You're going to just dive right in. You're going to figure out what can you do to help Earth. And what I think is really interesting about that is we see that snowy scene, and we do know that our planet is heating up by the sun. If you watch, you know, I watch what the sun is doing. I follow certain channels on YouTube, and the sun is very active. And that energy from the sun impacts the planet very greatly. And there's a channel I watch, Observers. I can't remember the name of it right now, but we have 80 active volcanoes on the planet right now. The average is 25. So we have 80 volcanoes around the planet right now. It is a record breaking number of actively spewing out sulfur and all those emissions, and that heats up the planet. It's not really so much what we do. I mean, what we contribute to um, climate change is very small. It's the volcanism and the sun that really, as it goes through these cycles, is what speeds up global warming. And then in turn, once all that ice melts because it's fresh water, that cold water goes into the, you know, the jet streams, or is that what you call it? No, in the water. And then that is what cools the planet. Because think about it, if you have hot water, warm water, not even hot, just warm water, and you were to dump a whole bunch of cold into it, what's going to happen? It's going to reduce the temperature of the water as a whole. And that's how we get an ice age, is from the initial heat of the planet melting the freshwater ice. And because freshwater is a different, it's not salt water, it has a different density. So it's very dynamic. I love watching stuff like that. But anyway, so what we see here, I talked about this. Okay, so we have the sun, and you have clarity on this situation, and boy, you have a lot of energy that you are going to be putting into this, because we have this, wow, this Knight of Wands. If we think about what comes before the Nine of Wands, we have, this is Sagittarius, we have the Wounded Warrior, the Nine of Wands, and then we have that Ten of Wands, you know, of not giving up, of persevering, of sticking through it. And so this could be a great adventure for you. You might actually be traveling to do this. You might be becoming part of a larger organization that travels and helps clean up the ocean, the garbage patches, if you've heard about that. And, you know, if you wonder how those garbage patches form, I think it's from storms, tsunamis. We've had so many over the years where it just comes in, obliterates, you know, the ocean, coastal cities, and then drags all that stuff back out, all that stuff, and then it just starts to swirl and pool in these giant garbage patches. It's crazy. But anyway, so there is some kind of adventure, I feel like, coming up for you, some kind of travel. It might have something to do with this, you know, this push, or this, you know, this intense desire, passionate desire to follow this clarity, this helping Mother Earth. You know, there is this, because I'm a Sagittarius sun and moon. This energy is intense. It's hard for me to even get the words out here. You're gonna be very passionate about this. Very passionate. When you find that thing that really ticks for you, you're gonna go for it. and you're going to put a lot of like effort into this. You'd go to the ends of the world, really, to help fight for this thing. Because if you think about a knight, they are warriors themselves. And this is a cause that you're going to feel great about being a part of. I definitely feel that. And look at this. Oh my God. I almost get with this Five of Wands. They're having the wands there. What we're just missing is the little picket signs on there. You might meet your forever person or some soulmates. I'm going to put S on there by joining in this group of people that is willing to stand up and fight for change, because we have a five here. Fives are all about change. Yes, it can be chaotic, but this is passionate. This is people standing up and saying, we're not going to do this way anymore. We need to change it, not adapt. We need to change it completely, you know? So I get the feeling that these people that you might be joining groups, that do the same thing together, something like that. So this feels like a social, excuse me, a social interaction that will bring you closer to people that feel as passionate about whatever this is for you. It's going to be different for different people. But I don't feel like this is negative at all. I feel like this is people standing up for what they believe in and really putting themselves out there passionately saying, we want this change and we want it now. And it's so amazing that, people don't really appreciate the power we have in numbers. When you have a large enough group, you can pretty much do anything you want. And most people just don't have the, I guess, nerve to be a part of something like that. All right, let's see what the future energy holds. Man, so this reading has, oh, look at that. We got the star here. We got Aquarius energy. Wow. Wow. So the star can mean distance, but this says you're very close to achieving your goal. And the star is a hope and a dream, and that's future energy, right? So this is just telling you that you're closer to achieving this than you realize. It's much closer. I mean, it's right there. This is future energy, and our sun is a star. So we have star, star, star. Two of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. Woo! Okay, so now we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This could bring in a deep connection for you by following this. I don't know. Oh my gosh, we have the Queen of Wands again. You are very attractive right now, Pisces. And I must say that this hope and dream of yours, you are so passionate about it. So passionate about it. And really going for it in a very brave and bold way, very assertive. You're just saying, this is what I want to change. This is how we're going to do it. Look at there. He came out, the Nine of Wands. Yeah. A lot of bold, fiery energy here for you, Pisces. Wow. Wow. So this is a big deal, but I feel like you could be meeting your soulmate or some type of soulmate here on this quest. This definitely feels like a quest here. Last one, Seven of Wands. Yeah, you are holding firm with this. Oh, sure. So it's interesting. We have the Queen of Wands in the same row here. And talk about an amazing energy to have crossing your hopes and dreams, your connection with the divine. And although the star is distant, this is future energy. You're already in this Queen of Wands energy, being very bold, very decisive, very energetic. You're going to do this. You're going to do it your way. That's the energy we have here with the Queen of Wands. You might be starting an organization, or you might be the one looking for people who want to join in with whatever this is, whether it's a cleanup, whether it's a nonprofit, or just joining some other group. that has, really positive goals and intentions for Earth and, all the inhabitants on Earth. Animals, I don't know what you're passionately driven towards, but we see that here. With the Queen of Wands, nothing is going to stop her from achieving this goal. If other people have done it, this is the energy saying, well, you can too. Other people have done it, you know, you can do it too. That's it. And this Two of Wands, this is the Aries Emperor, very young, choosing this path. And I think this is confirming that you did choose a path and now you are going to see it through, you know, and you're going to really defend this path, this idea, because we have this fence, this wall here. He's standing there. You're not going to move me. Very unmovable energy here. And it's also tactical as well. I feel with this Nine of Wands, this is almost, it feels like a protest right here. Oh boy. Oh boy. But it's what do you call it? A silent protest or a passive, you're not being violent. You don't need to be, right? You don't need to be, but you're standing firm, you shall not pass. Kind of like Gandalf and the Balrog, right? You shall not pass. That's this, and that's a young emperor energy here coming to help you, as I think you've already chosen this path, is what I'm feeling here. And it may have been a difficult path, but you're being very brave about it. And again, this is interesting. All right, cards. We have the Ace of Cups crossed by the Seven of Wands. The Ace of Cups can be a dream, something that you are very emotionally connected to, and think of this is your heart's desire. Okay, it's your potential. All aces are potential energy. It's what's within you. It's what you do with it. And what you're doing with this heart's desire is you're protecting it. You're drawing this line in the sand. And the Seven of Wands is, it's boundaries. And I'm feeling that with this here too. This is your chosen path, and this is what you're going to do. And standing firm in it for sure. We have two cards of standing very firm in your ethics and morals. You've made your decision. This is it. And you will defend it. This love with all your might here, Pisces. That's what we see here. This is commitment and determination completely and fully. We have air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. I think you'll be speaking your truth about this. We have birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. We have carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Now we have confirmation on that Chariot. We have hand. There it is. That is Earth, or whatever this is that's calling to you. She's pointing to you, the Green Lady, Pisces. Earth or something is in need of assistance and guidance. And you're the one that's being called to help. Mice. Discord among friends and family. I also feel like that is Earth energy. A lot of discord on this planet right now. This is a very planet-centered reading. I know a friend of mine, we used to do Earth readings where we would talk to Mother Earth through the tarot cards, and we would get fascinating messages. She's hurting. War hurts her. Destruction, bombs, it hurts her. And I just don't like that kind of thing. All right, so here we go. Here's your Stoic wisdom. We have Seneca. Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest affair. That makes me think of a loan. All right, desire control. Today, avoid buying any non-essential items. Practice controlling impulsive spending. And each resisted purchase strengthens our inner compass. Walking past temptations without yielding helps us distinguish between genuine needs and fleeting wants. Pisces, what an amazing reading. Let me know if this resonates with you, if there's something you feel you're being drawn to help with and helping Mother Earth or any of the beautiful animals, people on the planet. So that's going to be all your messages for now. I think it's probably enough. And yeah, we will see you next time. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.